Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, of course, we are continuing Wolverine and the X-Men. We're almost done with the show. We're getting pretty close. This is Season 1, Episode 22, Aces and Eights. Title? I'm not really sure, but interesting title for sure, Aces and Eights. It's very unique. I'm trying to think, does that refer to anything? The only thing I can think of is Gambit. I'm not really sure, but it's just, regardless, interesting title nonetheless. Last episode, Rover. Very interesting because I was like, Rover? And then you get into the episode and it's about, first of all, the major big breaking point. I'm not sure why I said breaking point because the big reveal is that it was Jean herself that caused the explosion at the X-Mansion where Charles and herself disappeared for over a year and they still haven't found Jean yet. We've seen her wake up, but we don't know where she is and they don't know where she is. Of course, Professor X wakes up 20 years in the future, all that kind of stuff. But it was mainly focused on, besides that reveal, in the future about them trying to find out when exactly all of this goes down. Like in terms of what causes everything to get to the point where it is 20 years in the future where Sentinels are pretty much taking over everything and everything's pretty much a disaster for the entire world. And it's in about 8 days or so. And it's actually Jean that causes it. As they teased episodes ago during, I think it was an episode that had the future and present storyline going on, but it was about revealing that Genosha was on fire, and then Magneto, they pushed his other daughter, not Scarlet Witch, but Polaris, down, and you see the fire engulf the room, which Magneto's dead. But the fact is that it's Jean. Jean is the cause of it. It's not necessarily Master Mold per se, but it's actually Jean's powers that just kind of erupts and causes everything to kind of go to shit. So I'm curious where we go from here because this is a big reveal, and the fact that Professor X told Wolverine privately Cyclops was frozen in time, that he said, do what you have to do. Pretty much indicating if you have to, like, we're not going to say it. We're not going to say in this kid's show, because it's, this kid's going to watch this. We're not going to say, Wolverine, you might have to kill Jean Grey. But we're going to say, do what you have to, which implies many things. So, we get it. We understand it. It's been a fun ride. We still have a few more episodes to go. But, I'm not ready for it to end. But at the same time, I'm enjoying what the show has done. And I'm curious to see what these last number of episodes are going to do. And then we'll say bye to Wolverine and the X-Men. For now, we got a few more episodes. Here we go, guys. Episode 22, Aces and Eights. Interesting title. Let's go.
How long before we can launch the Sentinels? A full contingent? About 2 weeks. This could
Yeah, you don't have 2 weeks.
Our off-site locations are delivering them as quickly as possible. We need to get someone inside Genosha. What do you got for me, Charles?
Have an inside man. Well, Gambit, right? It's gotta be Gambit. Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself.
I am the inside man for Senator Kelly. Oh shit. You didn't expect that. Full of surprises, ain't he? Full of surprises. You better watch yourself. Yeah. Young man.
For the flaunting of powers. My apologies, monsieur. Well, he has paid me quite well to steal your helmet.
What he gained by doing
He's just
that?
openly telling him that.
The world that Magneto is not untouchable. If I had wanted your helmet, you would have simply woken up without it.
Then tell us what you're doing here.
I'm simply requesting sanctuary in your remarkable city. I will consider your request.
Consider.
Father.
He probably won't. I don't know. She's very nervous. Oh, okay. I say blushing.
His name is Remy LeBeau, but he goes by Gambit.
Gambit.
Father
Doing some research.
is a known thief.
Well,
Well, my dear,
aren't a lot of the mutants on that island kind of bad? Maybe not all of them, obviously.
Why let we need to hide our valuables?
She has a good point. 'Cause he's gonna start sneaking around. Of course he is. He wasn't gonna stay in his room. Hello.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Remy LeBeau.
He uses his actual name. And she's falling for him. Like, of course.
My name is Lorna.
If you have to, enlist the help of that girl of yours, Wendy. Fonda. Jesus knows my
Wendy.
Just report back what you find.
As soon as Gambit arrived, he told us everything.
Gambit. That's who it is.
Yeah.
No, he's got you fooled.
Uh-oh.
I thought I lied.
She's gonna confront him and say, what are you really doing? He is, yes.
Believe that? He's working an angle, that's for
Yes. Of course he is. That's what Gambit does.
Will do.
He's always like...
Stay out of my arms, King.
My father doesn't like me leaving the palace, though.
I wonder why. Especially with somebody who openly made it, he'll steal his helmet.
There.
He's getting all the information about the island and stuff. I'm gonna go take it back to Senator Kelly.
Building there must afford a spectacular view.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mom said I was on the receiving end of a little kiss from Magneto's daughter. Wanda? Lorna. I suggest you get comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. I suggest you get comfortable.
I know a lot more than you think I do. Stay away from there.
Trying to hide her from all the bad stuff on Genosha. She knows. It's not gonna work. You're gonna let him out.
If I let you out, will you take me with you?
What? So this was never about stealing Magneto's
Planting bombs.
It's about crippling Genosha.
Yes.
Whoa.
That actually is a bigger plan.
Lorna! Lorna!
2 minutes. It went from 10 minutes to 2.
Perhaps you want to give this more thought.
No, I'm just a little nervous.
It's a lot like me.
Wait,
Oh my gosh.
what are you doing?
I'm sorry.
I don't understand.
You will.
You will in literally less than 2 minutes when Genosha is into shit. Oh shit.
And her sister's temper.
You're fucked now.
I'm so sorry.
The explosions went off. I was like, oh shit. Oh my god. I thought they were gonna stop him. Holy shit. Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Thank goodness. Eric, it's good to see you, little friend. Charles, how can this be?
Well, I'm in the future.
You conscious
You're in the past.
body. The war you seek,
Yeah,
the outcome you envision.
it's not good.
Behold your legacy.
That line.
Humans and mutants have lost. Yet one has to wonder who will walk the earth once the smoke clears. Assuming
Good
there
line.
is an earth left to walk on.
The title of the episode, Aces and Eights, makes a lot more sense now because it was about Gambit. And they thought, at least Professor X thought when he was telling Wolverine this, that there's an inside person that Senator Kelly sends into Genosha to take Magneto's helmet. It is stolen. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, it's Gambit, because I'm like, saw the title, I'm thinking, that title, like, I think only refers to Gambit, but it could be someone else. I don't know. It was. But the fact is that actually wasn't the plan. I mean, yes, to take the helmet, but it actually wasn't the full plan, because apparently in the records, there's no records unless the timeline had shifted, I think because of the fact that Professor X told Wolverine that this happens in the timeline. So that may imply the timeline shifted at that point, because Genosha basically got crippled pretty bad in terms of the water supply, the communication tower, and power, electricity, all that kind of stuff, like just bomb after bomb after bomb exploding. And then, we also have the helmet too. But thankfully, Polaris, Magneto's daughter, was able to bring it back because she does have magnetism. She has that ability from her father. She has that mutant ability. I think it was interesting that they went the direction of Gambit, like openly just saying, as soon as he shows Genosha and he fights back against those, the guards, if you will, along with Wanda. She was walking away, but the fact that he had to fight back proved that you're not sure what to expect from Gambit, because I think he's always about having a trick up his sleeve, something you're not expecting, and he definitely surprised both those guys who were fighting against him. But he openly admitting that why he's there, and like, oh yeah, Senator Kelly wanted me to come in and steal your helmet. He's like, well, why are you telling me? Like, why are you saying this? And he's like, if I wanted your helmet, I would have taken it. You would have woken up and you wouldn't have had it. That's actually a good point. I don't know if for sure if he would have been able to get away without being detected at all, but he could maybe have done it without any of that. But he wanted to seek refuge. Obviously, I'm like, this is not real. Like, he's there for something. Maybe it is the helmet, maybe not. Maybe he's trying to fool them, which Gambit does that. He fools people, but in this instance, it's not just the helmet. It is a lot more than that, because he's asking Lorna. He's asking Polaris, okay, so what about that? What about that? What about, like, he's trying to flirt with her, which he kind of saw that immediately. She was, like, being a little shy. She's blushing. He didn't see the blushing part when she, like, backed away from the window when he first showed up. But he was using that for his grand scheme, if you will, because Scarlet Witch and Magneto, they're not going to tell him information about Genosha. They're not going to. And so she was so head over heels for him that she let him out of his jail after, Scarlet Witch put him in there. And it's like, okay, she is so, I say she's not in love with him, but, But yeah, so he took the helmet. Of course he did. It was there on the table, and then it cut to break. Well, break. There was no commercial break, but at the time it would have been a commercial break. Like, it was right there. So of course he had it. But then the bombs, that was quite a surprise. I like how Magneto didn't mention at all why Nightcrawler was there on Genosha. Like, he saved Wanda's life, and then they're standing there, and he's like, not even, he's going to go after Senator Kelly. Like, he had no care that Nightcrawler was back on Genosha. So that was funny. But he had other things in mind. What I liked is that Rogue came in with Kitty as soon as Magneto showed up to Senator Kelly's office and knocked them both out. And then what I think is a very big turning point, I don't know for sure in terms of the timeline majorly shifting, but maybe other events occur that still causes the fire. I'm not really sure, because of the fact that Senator Kelly and Magneto are both shown by Professor X. They're both shown the future of what's actually happening in the future and seeing what the war results in. But here's the thing. It's what's happened between Genosha, like Magneto, Genosha, mutants against, basically these governments, the Sentinel program, everything. It causes Jean Grey to go crazy. Like, her powers just basically go out of control, and that's ultimately what causes it. So I think the whole point was to show them, first of all, to hopefully slow down the process, stop the process, at least in terms of this war they're building to, because ultimately it ends with Jean, the Phoenix Force, rising and decimating the whole planet, pretty much. And so he's basically trying to warn them and show them, this is what you're building to. I'm not going to tell you. Obviously, he's like, because if they were to tell them, if he was to tell them it's Jean Grey who does this, like in terms of turning the turning point, they would go after Jean Grey. They both would go after Jean Grey to stop her. So I feel like he couldn't tell them that information. He had to say, look, your war leads to this. I'm not going to tell you what exactly does get to this point. That's why this is. But we're going to tell you that this is what gets to this point. Your war between you two and everything building up. So Senator Kelly is there, and he's talking about, who will walk the earth once the ashes are set or once the dust settles. Like, basically saying, if we were to win the war, like, who is going to be left? Because it's going to be involving everybody, because it's a huge global situation here. So that was a point. But then also with Magneto at the end saying he wanted his son. Like, get me my son. For what purpose? Why? What do you need him for? Because you didn't want him back on Genosha. You wanted to get rid of him. You didn't want him anymore. You didn't want him back in Genosha. You didn't want him involved in anything you were doing anymore. So what changed? I'm thinking it's because of this. We'll see. I'm guessing he wants his son to look into their operations, even though they're shutting down the Sentinel program. I mean, are they really? We'll see. So yeah, this was a pretty crazy episode, pretty intense episode, in terms of showing that Genosha can be taken down by one individual. Even though he had the bombs and stuff presented and given to him by Senator Kelly and, that side, like, it was that easy for him to be able to get a guest room, cripple Genosha in multiple ways, not just one. He took out the water supply, electricity, and the communication tower in one fell swoop. He wasn't able to steal the helmet of Magneto, but he was able to destroy a lot more in terms of Genosha. Like that, and that affects everybody there at Genosha. So that's pretty intense. And then showing both of them, Senator Kelly and Magneto, the future, like this is what's happening. Like it's crazy that Magneto and Senator Kelly, especially Magneto, had no idea that this was going on. So it's interesting that now we're showing them the outcome of the future, and it's not good. It's not good. So what did you guys think of this episode? I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of the episode, and I can't wait to see what's next. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.